Fuck.
Tonight, policing the gangs.
I thought I'd seen gang violence, but what I saw just took it to a whole new level.
A special type of policing for a special type of criminal.
They would be the most evil people I've ever dealt with.
Bringing law to the lawless.
They are significantly donkey deep in the distribution of methamphetamine.
The bikies, the brawlers, and the big business of crime.
See what the fuck you talking about? What the fuck you talking about, bitch?
Gangs are big and noisy.
Big
With
and
middle
noisy.
fingers firmly raised at society, they specialise in crime, violence and intimidation, existing only to make money and raise hell.
No, we don't.
They see themselves as one percenters. Those
No, we
people
don't.
are against the rest of society.
They actually don't care who they're selling to, what age they are, what gender they are, what part of society they're from. They are interested in making the mighty buck at the end of the day.
Their organisations are there for the sole purpose of crime.
Could be.
In the 90s, Timaru was a town gripped by terror. The police struggling to control runaway gang violence. Shootings, violence and fire bombings were becoming an almost daily occurrence. The Road Knights and the Devil's Henchmen were gangs that had the whole community living in fear.
In the 3 months, the end of 91, there were numerous gang attacks. There were 2 homicides that had links back to the gangs. There were a number of beatings, home invasions. It's incredible the amount of crime you could get in 3 months in a small place like Timaru. And it was clear that things were out of control.
When Bill Gregory was transferred to Timaru, he found a town in terror and a police force struggling.
Timaru's about 40 minutes, about 30-minute drive south of here.
To control the lawlessness.
Why have the cops not acted on it? To get them out of town, no one wants them here.
We have policed them to the best of our ability.
The police had for years put little band-aid solutions in place, 2-3 week operation, put a bit of pressure on the gangs. Things would quieten down a little bit, but as soon as the police turned their back again, the tension would ratchet up again and the violence would start.
Timaru's out. We run Timaru now. There's only one, but there's two gangs. There's only two gangs in Timaru, us and our ops. The Devil's Henchmen, no such thing anymore. The Road Knights, no such thing anymore. Both of these gangs don't exist no more. There's no such thing as the Road Knights or the Devil's Henchmen anymore.
Pulled up opposite the opposition's hotel, and the back window was wound down like you see on the movies. I've worked in Lower Hutt and the Wairarapa and Wellington, and I thought I'd seen gang violence at a pretty high level, but what I saw in Timaru just took it to a whole new level.
Timaru people have put up with their feuding bikies for years now, but last month's shooting of a gang member and subsequent arson attacks finally stirred them into action.
I got the job of putting together a plan as to what we were going to do about the situation, and basically what it was a holistic plan to actually cripple the gangs, and also it wouldn't be a 2-week, 3-week band-aid job. This operation was intended to go for months and months and months, and at the end of it, it would then shape the way in which we police Timaru from then on. I started by having a meeting with both gangs. I went to their headquarters, and basically I explained to them what we were intending to do. So we started policing them, and policing them hard.
Police started by searching gang pads with a fine-tooth comb, making sure buildings were up to code, health department regulations were met, and all property ownership
Health department regulations were met. You really think anyone gave a fuck about the about the fucking requirements to keep your house open?
Targeted was the sale of liquor because of the way in which they were using the debts that acquired through the sale of liquor, and the mana they were gained in the town by
reaction rap, stay back.
Social spot at the headquarters. What we did is we took out everything in the place that was connected with the sale or supply of alcohol.
You're paying for that?
We took their furniture, we took their bar, we took their chillers, we took their electric lights, we you name it, we took it. And so they would end up with a pretty bare room and a hole in the corner where the bar used to be, and then apply to the court for the destruction of that equipment. And so it was holistic policing like that.
You gotta fucking
getting help
don't destroy all the fucking.
Was
come
also
on, bro.
A key part of Bill's
the bar.
big plan.
We set up a hotline, and
the bar
we weren't getting much information from the public. It started as a trickle, and as we were able to get results and we advertised those results in the paper, etc., that got bigger and bigger and bigger until it turned into a torrent of information. And that information from the public is the lifeblood of the police. Without it, we can't operate properly. As the police influence in the town rose, the gang influence went down, people felt better, and certainly the influence on what happened in the town was cut to pieces. The gangs have never ever gone back to where they were, which is pretty good. 20 years later, they've never gone back to what they were.
Are you sure?
Bill Gregory's plan for policing the biker gangs worked in Timaru, but could it deal to a rogue gang in the lower North Island?
The Nomads, as a gang, were an offshoot of the Black Power. And on the Nomads patch, they have the number 77, which indicates in 1977 was the first split from Black Power. And the story goes that Dennis Hines and some other senior Black Power members had a disagreement with Ray Harris, who was the president, and were essentially based in Masterton in the Wairarapa, and another offshoot in the Horowhenua centred around Dennis Hines within Levin and Foxton.
When the Nomads hit Woodville's Mountain Rock Festival, it wasn't peace and love they were packing, but violence and intimidation.
Fans will be literally rocking around the clock tonight. The bands will be playing until the festival ends, about 4 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Early on the Sunday morning, a group of nomads came across a rival motorcycle gang member. They assaulted him, and essentially he got strung up over a small wire fence.
You can talk me, yeah, man. You think you'll talk? Yeah. Hey, you still think you'll talk? See, I'll talk to you when we cut your lips off. Chicken shit. Please.
Dennis Hines came along and using a butcher's knife slashed the throat and the face of this other man.
No one would come forward to challenge the nomad's hard man. Not even the victim, brave enough to speak
Dennis
up
Hines.
aloud.
Heinzie. Dennis Hines. He passed away now. Rest in peace, Hines. Dennis Hines, he beat like 4 murder cases.
Police needed a new strategy to defeat the gang.
You can't defeat the gangs, bro.
The Nomads gang had been running amok for years. Assaults and scare tactics had become the norm.
Police say the gang has virtually held the horror whenua to ransom over the last 2 years. Nomad prospects linked to the killing of Foxton doctor Howard Teppert. And police claim gang members were also responsible for
just quickly. Here's something, just so you get some kind of idea on why are we watching this, right? Well, not why, but put things into perspective for you. Just a little bit.
New Zealand is notorious for its gang violence. It has a higher percentage of gang members than any other country in the world.
There's more gang members than there are policemen.
Police say they are close to losing control of the gang problem in New Zealand. Tension in the city was so volatile they were safer in the cells.
It's Black Power versus Mongrel Mob. The Mongrel Mob and Black Power are New Zealand's largest and most powerful gangs.
Exactly. Just so you know, because they're not mentioning shit like that on here. They're just mentioning these gangs are still significant. You know, the Nomads are still significant. So all these other gangs are shown. But they don't fuck with us. But they don't fuck with us, bro. They don't fuck with us and they don't fuck with our ops. There's only one gang that fucks with our ops. Us. There's only one gang that fucks with us. That's our ops. Because no one else can. You know what I mean?
Fired at this house in Foxton recently.
Townsfolk were living in fear.
I don't want to comment, please. I'd rather not say.
But if police could convince scared individuals to stand united against the gang, they knew they'd have a chance at winning the battle.
Another constable and myself identified all the cars that Nomads were driving. Many of them weren't registered to Nomad members. So we went and visited the registered owners and said, why are the Nomads driving your car? And we began to hear stories of, well, they came around, they beat me up and they took it. The Nomads referred to it semi-politely as they were taxing people.
They liked my car, so they came around, they beat me up and took it. Why are the Nomads driving around your car? Wow, they liked it. So they came over and beat me up and took it.
But essentially they were committing aggravated robberies. We managed to gather together a number of the victims who still hadn't reported to the police formally what had happened. And we gathered all of them together and we said, look, the power of all of you is much stronger than any of you individually. Foxton particularly, small community.
Tiny.
If they made complaints to us, we would then take every complaint and then make arrests on a particular day. The message back to the Nomads would be that they are not untouchable and a large number of the community is standing up against them.
As the Nomads began appearing in court, the surrounding publicity flushed out a surprise witness to the vicious attack at Mountain Rock.
We had a man who walked into a police station to say that he was at the concert. He was Joe Citizen, no gang connections, and while in a Portaloo on the Sunday morning, he looked out and saw the assault and saw Dennis Hines slash the man's throat. Also during the trial phase, we received a phone call from a man who lived in the Hawke's Bay. He said, I've got a photograph that you might be quite interested in. And on the Sunday morning he'd taken a photo of the stage, but in the foreground was a lineup of nomads wearing their patches, and metres in front of them was our victim and his associate walking towards them. And it was a snapshot in time of seconds before the assault took place, but it put all of our key people exactly where we knew they were and corroborated much of what was being given in court, but it was the photographic evidence of it. There was one super trial with a large number of accused, charged with a number of offences.
Charges relating to robberies in Levin through to the aggravated assault at Mountain Rock saw the gang's ranks decimated.
Out of 46 offences that we laid, 43 convictions, and nomads pretty much heading straight to jail.
The nomads never returned to their former strength.
Yeah, they did. Why do they keep saying it?
But a gang's strength wasn't necessarily measured by the number of patches.
Why do they keep saying it? And if they didn't return to their former strength, it wasn't because of that. It was probably because Dennis Hines passed away. These motherfuckers trying to take credit for some shit that didn't even happen, bro. And the nomads didn't never diminish in power. They just, bro, their power base is somewhere else, that's all.
Members.
That's funny as fuck.
Pound for pound, the Fourth Reich gang from the South Island were considered among the most evil criminals around.
Never fucking was.
Detectives called to a fight at a Christchurch house arrived to find a man bleeding heavily on the driveway.
Hey, can you hear me? Okay, hey, just put your head down and relax, man. The ambulance is on its way, alright? So you can see how far away that ambulance is.
Oh, fuck all these niggas up.
Deep cuts, and his head looked like a skinny, looked like a boiled egg which had been half cracked open, quite literally, and blood.
They ain't even fuck with each other. Skinheads don't fuck with no one in this country. They only fuck with each other.
Chest wound and a severed finger. You got the impression very early on that there's something serious and prolonged had happened.
The inquiry dragged Derek Shaw far closer than he'd have liked to the extreme world of white power gangs.
Fourth Reich formed in Paparo prison in the mid-late 90s, a group of like-minded men who I still can't figure out what their philosophy is or that, but they took on a very neo-Nazi extremist philosophy, and they...
Bro, I live in this city. This is the city they're talking about. This is where I live, bro. I ain't never seen one of these fuck-ass, punk-ass, bitch-ass niggas walking around this city. Are you kidding me? If I ever seen one of these fuckers walking around here, bro, I'll give you skinhead, nigga. I'll skin your ass alive.
They would be the most evil people I've ever dealt with.
Where the fuck are they at?
Oozed hatred, and they didn't really discriminate. It wasn't just myself and the police they hated. They seemed to hate everybody and everything.
The wounded man was rushed to hospital while Derek examined the scene.
In the house there was considerable amount of blood.
This would have had to have been in the 80s or something.
Assault taking place. There was blood on the couch. There was shoe prints through the kitchen.
This would have had to have been in the 80s.
Blood.
Despite his wounds, the man refused to tell Derek what had happened.
Later found out his name was Nathan, and he was part or an associate of the Fourth Reich skinhead gang. But we couldn't advance the inquiry much at all because Nathan. But we couldn't advance the inquiry much at all because Nathan just wasn't keen to speak to us. So that's when we sort of reassessed the situation. He was in hospital. He was going to be there for a couple of days. So went to the hospital and just tried to strike up a rapport with him. When he was discharged, managed to spend time with him. I wanted his shoes to assist us with our examination, and although he could supply other clothing, he couldn't supply another pair of shoes, so we agreed to swap shoes. So he got a pair of my smelly old running shoes, and I got his.
Okay, I just need you to sign the statement just to verify what you've said.
And he just spent a long time just looking at the statement that he had contributed to, which he wouldn't sign.
Don't do it.
He had been sent from Nelson with some cannabis oil to deliver it to prisoners in Christchurch, and that he was the courier for that. But known unknown to the forthright gang hierarchy, Nathan was a drug addict. So we were like leaving the rat in charge of the cheese, really. When he arrived here,
he got high off the shit.
Cannabis,
you dumbass nigga. He was meant to do the drop, and he smoked the shit. You better not sign that paper, you little bitch ass nigga. You better not sign that shit. That's your own fault, you fuck. Just bro, you shouldn't even be alive, nigga. You fucking fuck with the drop, nigga.
And so
lucky your ass is even sitting in that police station with your 4 fingers, nigga.
He said this statement was true. He said, but at the moment I'm signing a death warrant.
Well, you should have fucking died already, nigga. You dumbass nigga.
But he did finally sign the statement, which was quite an extensive statement, and named the offence.
Now you signed the fucking paperwork, you fool. Not only did you get high off the supply, off the drop, nigga, you're signing the fucking statement. You should have died twice, nigga. You're not a fucking cat. Fuck wrong with you.
But he did finally sign the statement, which was quite an extensive statement, and named the offenders and named what happened. And he
reaction Indonesia's deadliest street gangs?
Alright. Standing on the road in Christchurch with his girlfriend when Ivan Gugic and Greg Dunn pulled up in a Cortina. They told him to get in. They then took him to Essex Street in Christchurch, where he walked into the lounge and he was blindsided from behind by either Gugic or Dunn, and then there was a systematic attack on him. He was just beaten. He believes at first they tried to break his jaw to send the message, but they couldn't. So after kicking him and stabbing him, they then inserted a knife above his ear, right to the bone, and then pulled it across the top of his head. By this stage, the fight had totally gone out of him, and they then dragged him to the TV where they told him to nominate a finger. And they then spent some time using a serrated bread knife, severing his finger. Couldn't cut it off completely, so they worked it backwards and forwards, so it snapped off. Nathan then went next door to get help, and it was at that point that we got called, and we found it on the driveway. There was an impression found on the top of Nathan's shoes, of Gugic's shoes, where he had stomped on Nathan when he was on the ground, and transferred blood from the bottom of his shoes onto the top of Nathan's shoes. So very similar to a fingerprint, more characteristics, the stronger the likelihood of the match. Dunn was located here in Christchurch, and I arrested him, but he said nothing. He staunch, followed their code, and gave us no cooperation at all. But then within a few days, the Nelson CIB had located Gugic, and so our staff went there and spoke to him, and again said nothing. But they were remanded in custody, and we went to trial later that year, when Nathan came and gave evidence, and gave outstandingly honest evidence. But it was supported by really good forensic work by the ESR.
Forensic evidence from Nathan's clothes and the bloody shoe prints tied Gugic and Dunn to the gory crime scene. The jury believed Nathan, and the vicious thugs were sent to jail for 8 years for wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm.
They must have been in protection, bro. These niggas must have been in PC. I did 10 years in this fucking jail here. I never bumped into these niggas. I did 10 years in this prison here. I never met none of these niggas. They must have been in PC. That have to have been in PC. Otherwise, what the fuck? Where else were they? I ain't never seen no niggas in fucking prison walking around like this. All these niggas must be in PC.
And 4 members that there ever were,
that has
6 of them, and they're doing life sentences for murder.
Oh, guarantee they're in PC then. If they're doing life, I can guarantee you they're in PC, because I would have bumped into them, bro. Fuck, I spent 10 years in the gang units, and again, I ain't never bumped into these niggas.
Committed 2 murders. So,
you know what I mean? Like, I ain't never met these niggas. I ain't never met these fools. I walk around these motherfucking jails like a motherfucker. I don't know these niggas. Are you kidding me? I done walked around these fucking jails, nigga. Where the fuck are you niggas? Where the fuck y'all niggas been? The fuck?
%40 of the gang are convicted murderers.
Getting up close and personal with such remorseless criminals is a risky business. But the only way to investigate some organised crime is for detectives to enter the gang's inner sanctum.
Just when they took the...
A gang lifestyle doesn't come cheap, but an honest day's work, that's not on the cards.
Gangs will always find an easy way to make money.
Homicide and violence and drugs, usually the two are quite linked.
They have other areas, prostitution and dishonesty, that sort of thing, but drugs is the big one.
The challenge for detectives investigating gangs is to get evidence that stands up in court, and that can mean venturing into the heart of gangland. As a young constable, Catherine McEvedy was dressed in civvies and sent to buy dope.
I didn't look like a policewoman back in those early days, so, a bit of spiky hair, a bit of a studded belt would cut it with the general population, so I used to be used to buy drugs from tea houses. One of the ones I remember really clearly was a guy...
I bet you she's going to talk about Christchurch, but she's going to talk about the Mongol Mob.
Going to school kids, and so I went in dressed as a younger person.
Yeah.
Well,
I went in 3 times, and on the 3rd time, he took me right through to the back of the property, and he led through a series of doors, and then the steel door clunked behind you, and I was thinking, oh, here we go. And he hit me up and said, you're a cop. I was going, no, not me, thinking, shit, how does he know? Does he know? I was going, no, mate, no, not me, I'm not a cop. And look, I just want to buy some drugs, and, as you do, selling it as quickly as you can. And he went out, and he left me locked in this room, and I was looking around thinking, how do I get out of here? I know this is stupid. And he left me locked in this room, and I was looking around.
So these are my ops. And this is literally my ops. Right? This is the Mongol Mob Christchurch chapter. I'm in the Black Pound from Christchurch. Well, not from Christchurch, but I'm based here now. I've been here for 18, 19 years. I remember when all this happened. All of this. I remember Operation Crusade was what they called this. The police called this Operation Crusade. I was serving, how long was I serving then? 5 years and 9 months. And I remember when they busted the whole Mongol Mob chapter and they sent them all into jail. And I was sitting in there when they all fucking came in. And I'll never forget it, bro. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. It was an active day. It was active.
Thinking, how do I get out of here? I know this is steel door in the front, the windows are all barred, there was no way out, so you had to stand your ground. You are on your own, because you've got to use your mouth to talk your way out of whatever you get caught in. And he came back in 10 minutes later, left me to sweat for 10 minutes, and handed me a bag of drugs. Choice. Friends waiting in the car.
Don't want to stay in party fuel.
Cheerily made my way out, thinking, thank God I'm out of here. And when that door slammed and I got around the corner, and just that relief that he didn't pop me that time, and we made sure we got him.
So that's supposed to be Beans, dog. Beans.
Gang tactics change over time. Buyers don't get invited into the dealer's house anymore. Instead, there'll be an anonymous exchange, money for drugs.
Well, they had a little dealing alley. It was a very defined route you could go in. And then they had a dealing window, some classic signs on the window which they were telling customers the price. It was advertising Mongol Mob style. You handed the money, you got the product, and you're out the door.
Ross Tarafiti targeted the drug business being run out of the Christchurch Mongrel Mob's headquarters. Detectives bugging phones and listening to the gang's dealings.
Fucking black power, all set. Fuck you.
The Mongol Mob has different slangs. They call each other dogs, and they even get down to the stage where they start barking at each other.
Yeah, they do.
And things like that. It's all meant to be shown as a mark of respect, but It's quite humorous for us listening at the other end. They spoke in codes. When they wanted the extra product to come down to the pad house, they tried to make out they were doing some renovations there.
Nails.
But, when you hear send me 10 or 20 nails every time, not many people go and buy that amount of nails at a small amount, so it wasn't too hard to work out what they were doing.
The Christchurch detectives had heard and seen enough. They executed 38 warrants and arrested more than 40 mobsters, all patched members.
Now, can you imagine being me? Me and my bro Duck, we're sitting there in the unit. I'm waiting to go up for sentencing. So is my bro. We're waiting to go up for sentencing. At this time, we've got the unit locked down. This has been our unit for the last couple of years, right? We got the unit on lockdown. And then all of a sudden, the fucking doors open and they bring in like a dozen of our ops at one time, bro. 30-something of them, 40 of them came to jail that day. So they had to find room for them. And we had like 11 beds in our unit. So they brought like 11 of them in, all at once.
Were convicted, the gang pad bulldozed, and the...
And you know what I'm in there for, right? I'm doing 5 years and 9 months for stabbing one of them and attacking another 2 of them with a chain with a fucking crescent or like a big spanner attached to the end of it. And and then they come and bring 11 of them into our unit.
Christchurch chapter of the mob.
I live in Christchurch. Christchurch is my city, man.
The gang pad bulldozed and the Christchurch chapter of the mob wiped from existence.
No, they're not, bro. What are you talking about? What the fuck? Wiped from existence? We're still the 2 biggest gangs in the city. What the fuck is this bitch talking about?
And criminal activity as a result of removing these people.
But selling cannabis isn't the sole domain of the mob. Up in Otahuhu, the Black Power were creaming it, running Auckland's biggest tinny house.
Head office was known as the Marae. Enough tinnies of cannabis were sold here to annually make this the $6 million mansion.
On a good day, up to $17,000 worth of drugs were being sold from that address. Average days, we were told, was between $12,000 and $14,000 per day. And at times it was just so busy the whole street was blocked off with the numbers of vehicles that were coming and going.
Operation Soprano, as it was known, went after the gang bosses to shut down the pad once and for all.
It was a family-run organisation. Abraham Whariwaka Senior was the president.
Rest in peace,
his brother was the sergeant-at-arms or the treasurer. His son was involved a great deal with the chapter, and a lot of the other associates that were locked up as part of the operation were nephews or sons of Abe and his brother.
But the investigation showed that selling drugs was not the extent of the gang's crime, their home movies becoming evidence at the trial.
There was also a lot of peripheral offending in relation to violence, possession of firearms, attempting to pervert the course of justice, trying to get witnesses to change statements, and also manufacturing methamphetamine.
Footage of Abe Jr. assaulting his partner really showed the gang's true colours. The home movie ensured Abe Jr.'s day in court for the abuse.
It's one of my arms. What's up? Rest in peace, AG.
All went to prison. Gang boss Abe Sr. getting 8 years. Detectives won that battle, but the rules of the game keep changing. After years of knowing who local gang members were and understanding their tribal systems, at the end of the 90s, a worrying new trend emerged. Detectives were disturbed to see rival gangs beginning to work side by side.
When I first started the CID and had dealings with the gangs. It was a pretty loose collection of individuals who were really drawn together by their love of raising hell and committing crime and living the easy life.
The ethnic gangs tended to be involved in street level offending.
Who are you talking about?
And it wasn't until we started seeing collaborations between the ethnic gangs and the outlaw motorcycle gangs that we really started seeing and perhaps being concerned about the level of organised crime that they might now be and have the opportunity to drive.
We've certainly seen in the last 15 years or so, gangs working together on a business level. There's two levels. There's the inter-gang level where you throw stones at each other out the street there and be staunch, but there's the other side is business. And when it comes to the business...
You know what's funny, bro? The way these motherfuckers talk about us, bro, but they'll never say it like that to our face, you know what I mean? Or the way they throw stones at each other and they'd be staunch with each other, bro. You wouldn't even say that in front of me because I'll kick you in the fucking teeth, shit. And then you could just arrest me. But still, I still kicked you in the teeth, didn't I? You know what I mean? You still learn your fucking lesson. I'll go do the time, that's cool. But you learn your fucking lesson, nigga. Like, you know what I mean?
Business is supreme.
They make a mockery out of us, dude. Like, pigs need to understand we're the most dangerous part of their fucking job. You know what I mean? The way you run your mouth, bro, make sure New Zealand's a small country. Like, the way you mock us and shit like that, bro, will only get you got, nigga. Like, you gotta understand, the most dangerous part of a police officer's job is gang members. So be fucking careful, nigga.
There's been more a cooperative sort of, this is business type approach.
We witnessed in some of our operations the coming together of...
You know, the difference between pigs and us is pigs have got restraints, bro. We don't have any. Like, young niggas have to live by law. We don't. Like, don't be... We could talk shit about you and you can't do nothing about it. But be careful. You talk fucking shit about us. Ain't no law holding us back, bro. You watch your fucking self, nigga.
Highway 61, Road 9 members, Mongrel Mob members, all talking about who they could bring to the table. So one might have a cook, one might be able to get precursors, so that's the powders that you need to make the drugs like Contact NT. Someone might be able to access glassware through someone, and we sat and watched this and listened to this happening. So they'd say, right, I can bring this person, I can bring this person. And so you saw that breakdown in the barriers around the gangs because this was about business and making money.
True that.
The Mongrel Mob had soldiers on the street. They had all the contacts. They knew who the users were. They knew what the market was.
Chew your fucking lip off.
Who lived where in the suburbs where their gang operated. Whereas the white motorcycle gangs, they didn't have that sort of information. So the amalgamations allowed them to have a far wider distribution of their drugs. And now they are significantly donkey deep in the distribution of methamphetamine.
The Hells Angels, for instance, were as renowned for the corporate attire that many of their members wore as for the patches that they wore on their back. 2-piece or 3-piece suits with simply the emblem as a marker on one of their lapels for the Hells Angels.
Huh. Kobe. I remember.
International president of the Hells Angels was in New Zealand. The first ever.
Yeah, so people didn't realise that about the Hells Angels, bro. The international president of the Hells Angels, he was from New Zealand, right? He was the international president for years. Not only that, New Zealand was the first country in the world outside of America to have the Hells Angels. People don't realise that neither. Like, this is why our gangs wear patches. Whether you're an MC or not, even the Crips wear patches and shit here. It was because 1960 and 1961, the Hells Angels came here and set up here. And that's because at the time, the president in California was a New Zealander. And he moved back to New Zealand in 1961 and set them up here. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that about New Zealand, bro. People just look at these. It's good though. Yeah, I think it's good. It's a good thing that you don't know this kind of shit about New Zealand. You know what I mean? Because we got better shit going on than just gangs and shit. But that's why people, People look at New Zealand, they don't know this kind of stuff.
New Zealand is notorious for its gang violence. It has a higher percentage of gang members than any other country in the world.
So we just pause the close that. Actual close that. Yeah, so like people don't really know this kind of stuff about New Zealand, bro. But I think that's a good thing, bro. Right? It's kind of like when I looked up, first looked up Sweden and shit, like 4 years ago. It didn't show me all the gun violence and shit like that. Actually, it was longer than that. It was like 6 years ago. It didn't show me none of the gun violence. It didn't show me anything like that. It showed me all the nice shit and all the good shit. I had to actually tap in and be reacting, bro. It wasn't until like 2 years later I started figuring this shit out, doing reactions, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? That's not the Sweden I heard of. You know what I mean? I guess it's the same, bro. Sweden be wilding out, nigga. Just, niggas over there in Sweden be wilding out, bro.
Set up outside of the United States was set up in Auckland, New Zealand. We have a long history of involvement with that gang and its international network of criminals.
Officers gave a presentation showing gangs like the Hells Angels, with 130 chapters worldwide, are seeking to control all major New Zealand motorcycle gangs. Police say in February, the Hells Angels met several times with other gangs in Christchurch, like the Road Knights.
The Hells Angels were by far more sophisticated than their ethnic gangs in terms of their connection offshore, their ability to evade detection and work under the radar.
An FBI guy from the States says that Hells Angels in the United States are very heavily into drugs, with Australian Hells Angels as well. Have you heard those things before?
Sure, yeah, we hear them from time to time, but I mean, it's easy to lead to things like that, isn't it? I mean, once it's alleged and it's publicised, then the people get hold of it, and then, that's where your rumours start, right there, but there's been nothing proved at all.
They have the capability and the ability to distribute and to import those weathering.
That's the smartest answer you could have given, bro. And you see how well he said that? He said that so well. Anyone think that he had been asked that question a million fucking times? Like, that just rolled off the tongue. This nigga had that shit locked down. He says, yeah, well, it's been alleged, and once you allege it, and once the media put it out, people get a hold of it, I'm like, bro, you just nailed that, nigga.
In collaboration with groups like Asian organised crime, whether it's been financed by Russian.
He answered it better than I would have answered it. I would have answered, well, bro, this is just rumours, bro, and fuck off with those questions too. What did I fucking tell you before we came in here? What the fuck did I tell you before I came in here, bro? Don't ask us questions like that, cuntface. How about the fuck should we lock those gates?
Time, it doesn't matter.
Should we lock the fucking gates, bro?
Started to go around the countryside and said, we've got a white powder distribution network. We can make you quite wealthy if you like to join our network and distribute drugs on our behalf. But if you do that, you've got to reduce your other criminal offending. They were quite adamant that if you wanted to become a trafficker on behalf of the Hells Angels, then you had to reduce your interaction with the police. So we actually had gang members who were taking off their patches and behaving themselves, and so a lot of people thought they were reformed, whereas those of us in the crime scene knew that they were simply telling us that they were now part of the organised motorcycle gang distribution networks.
We're a motorcycle club, not a gang.
You don't like the word gang?
Not really, no. It doesn't effectively describe us. Because then you start putting us in with like street kids and street gangs and things like that, and we're a motorcycle club, a brotherhood.
For years, police have been hitting the gangs hard. But lopping off the head of the snake just meant another head grew somewhere else. Or they took off
the neighbours. Neighbours are stoked. Look at the neighbours. They're ripped. What's the neighbours coming out? Look at the neighbours. This nigga. This nigga. They're happy as fuck. Like, finally, yes.
But lopping off the head of the snake just meant another head grew somewhere else. Or they took off their patches altogether.
They're like, finally, he's fucking gone.
Detectives were looking for a way to make changes in gang culture come from the inside. Because some of the young soldiers on the streets weren't getting the message about keeping under the radar.
That's right.
A Wanganui Saturday.
So, Baby Gia. So this is back in my hood. This is back where I'm from. I'm not from Christchurch where I live. This is where my wife lives. That's where she's from. This is back where I live. So this is when our niece, this is when our niece got shot. This is when our niece got shot just sleeping in the living room on the couch. Baby Gia.
Night means rival gangsters out looking for trouble. When a carload of mongrel mobsters hurled abuse at Black Power rivals, they were sent packing.
And from there was a bit of posturing between the two rival groups, and then later on there's been another that's followed on, and it's just gradually got worse.
Wanganui CIB boss Dave Kirby got the call late on a Saturday night that the local gangs were at it again.
These guys have gone away and armed themselves with a firearm and come back for kind of like payback.
Shoot them, boy. Shoot nets. Boy, shoot them, motherfucker. They right there. Get putting tickets.
And then things just escalated to the point that we had the 2-year-old shot. But it all started from just shouting out of a mongrel mob slogan. Gang members aren't renowned for wanting to cooperate with the police. So we had these people that were horrified about what they'd just seen, plus they were angry. Obviously a child of one of their own had been killed, and they wanted retribution as well. So we had to try and persuade them, let us deal with it, and then we dealt with appropriately with the courts. We were told sort of around 15 Black Power members hanging out at the front of the house, and the shot was fired through them and had gone into the house and killed a 2-year-old who was lying on the couch. We've got 15 Black Power members that are potential witnesses for us here as to who these people were in the cars that have driven past and who fired the shots.
But then, a breakthrough as witnesses from both sides opened up.
Eventually, all those that were on that front lawn came and told us their version of what had gone on.
Of the carload of mongrel mobsters involved, 2 of them agreed to give evidence themselves in exchange for protection from their fellow gangsters.
One of the witnesses, it was probably one of the best lines, I think, and that was at the...
2 of them snitched on their homies. Two of them done snitched on their niggas.
Involved, 2 of them agreed to give evidence themselves in exchange for protection from their fellow gangsters.
One of the witnesses, it was probably one of the best lines, I think, and that was at the pre-hearing. The one witness, he was getting a fairly hard time, I suppose, quite a questioning from some of the defence lawyers, and his response was, I'm just being a voice for the 2-year-old. There were 3 convicted at trial for murder.
The guilty verdicts were handed down to Hayden Wallace, the shooter, Carl Check, the organiser, and Rangie Forbes, the driver of the car in the drive-by shooting.
Everyone we charged was convicted of some part of their involvement. So, I was absolutely stoked.
Good job!
They were really pleased in the memory of Gia Tatua that we could achieve a result, and the person that pulled the trigger and those involved be brought to justice.
The mongrel mobsters giving evidence proved that even lifelong gang members have a conscience. The challenge for detectives is finding a way to reach...
What does she mean? Like we don't have a conscience, nigga. Bro, the funny thing is, the media show you more gangsters than you'll actually see, bro. We don't go bothering the public like they make out, like, you know what I mean?
The mongrel mobsters giving evidence proved that even lifelong gang members have a conscience. The challenge for detectives is finding a way to reach the kind heart under the tough exterior. Rotorua Detective Sergeant Chris McLeod has had many dealings with the local gang.
Oh, this cunt.
The Filthy Few are a motorbike gang, but basically they're drug dealers. They sell methamphetamine and cannabis.
The head of the Filthy Few, James Wilson, was known by all as Little Willie.
He was a tattooist by trade as well as a drug dealer. He had a cross tattooed on his forehead, trying to emulate the cult killer Charles Manson. Some of his associates in the Filthy Few didn't like the evilness that that portrayed and softened it with a swastika and then wrote Forever Filthy across his forehead as well.
32-year-old Tauranga woman Joanne Van Dyvenboden had fallen in with the gang. She'd started taking drugs and befriended Little Willie.
They struck up a short liaison, and it was a sexual relationship at one stage, but that ended very quickly, and then she made friends with another member of the Filthy Few, a guy called Shades.
Shades was the gang's sergeant-at-arms, a kingpin position, technically third in the gang hierarchy, but with responsibility for guns, ammunition, and keeping all of the gang's members, contacts, and customers in line.
He would also organise if there was any justice to be dealt to other criminals that weren't paying their bills. Little Willie was very good friends with Shades, took exception to the fact that he'd in effect been dumped by Joanne and vowed that he was going to put a bullet into her at some stage.
On a tranquil rural road just minutes from the centre of Tauranga, a violent murder. Police say the 32-year-old victim lived on the Welcome Bay property with a female flatmate. When the flatmate returned home at 3:30 this morning after a concert date in Auckland, she found the place ransacked. Police were called.
The house had been trashed. Clothes and furniture had been dragged out and dumped down a bank. Under a mattress at the bottom of a gully was Joanne's body.
We had some very good detectives working the scene itself where Joanne was found. Through meticulous examination of areas, there was grid searches done throughout about 2 acres of the property, and on the veranda immediately outside Joanne's bedroom, a piece of phlegm was found on the decking that was secured by the scene detective and sent off to the SR. It was found to be human material and had DNA qualities there.
Investigators also found crucial clues in Joanne's room, around the deck and down into the gully where her body had been dumped. A trail of small pink threads from what looked like a hospital cast.
And it was quite a distinctive pink colour. These shards of plaster cast proved to be very significant.
Why would you spit on the scene?
It was revealed that there were only 3 people in Tauranga
Why would you
who actually
spit?
had this pink
That's an amateur ass move, bro. Why the fuck would you spit on the ground at the crime scene?
2 of them were little young girls. Then the third person.
That's an amateur as fuck.
Was Little Willie.
I ain't never heard anything more stupid in my life.
In an accident some weeks beforehand.
He should have just taken a photo of himself and left it there.
And because he looked somewhat fearsome, some of the hospital staff thought it a bit funny that they'd supply this tough gang member with a pink cast. We were able to get Willie's DNA through a compulsion order, so it tied him into the scene. So he had some real questions to answer as to why his DNA was at the scene.
Wilson's arrest comes only days after police voiced their frustration with the lack of help they were getting from some elements.
There's now been a reversal in some quarters, and people have begun to cooperate.
That cooperation came from an unusual source.
Yes,
Little Willie's
Sergeant.
mate and longtime gang member, Shades.
For Shades to even make a statement or to speak to the police was a huge step for him. It was right against his code as a gang member. He took this step because he was sufficiently concerned about Little Willie's behaviour and didn't think it was at all right that someone like Willie could expunge Joanne from the earth like he did.
Shades put aside all his loyalty and the long...
Shades sold his whole soul, bitched out like a fucking girl,
History between him, Little Willie, and the Filthy Few by
turned into a fucking snake. He grew some fangs.
signing up to give evidence.
And slithered his way into the fucking police pocket.
The signing up to give evidence was only the first step, really, in getting him into court and giving that evidence. He would run hot and cold as to whether he was going to give evidence over the months leading up to the trial. At one stage he'd run off to Takar and hidden in someone's place up there, and fortunately we had the ability to know where he was, and we got him the night before he was due to give evidence. He was pretty unkempt because he'd been on the run from us because the trial had been running for a number of days. He was just in the clothes then that he was standing in. I went and got him a toothbrush and some toothpaste at about 10:30 at night and took it up to him in his hotel room, and I said, "See, that's what makes you guys different." He says, that's why you treat us like human beings still, even though we're some of the scum of the earth, you still treat us like human beings. And that was just a little thing that tipped him over. He said that he would always treasure. And a toothbrush, yeah.
Well, ain't that a sweet story, you fucking little rat-ass nigga? You fucking... Go get you a box of tissues with that fucking toothbrush. You fucking snake-ass nigga.
We had Justice Elias, who was head of the High Court at the time, and Shades was Shades. He was this long-haired, unkempt gang member. He just told us how it was. The defence did their best to try and tip him and rile him up because he was a fiery character, and a classic line when the defence counsel, Louis Bidwar, had suggested to him that he was in fact the murderer, not Little Willie. Shades did the old, "I'm not the one trying to be Charles fucking Manson." And he went like this with crossbones above his forehead. He said, "He's the one trying to be Charles fucking Manson. He's evil." And the jury just soaked it all up because it was just so genuine and so real that...
You hurry the fuck up.
On his family and if detectives can find that person underneath the patch, big changes are possible. Tasha Penny's team arrested a gang member for assaults on his family and had his 2 children taken from him.
He was pretty angry about that.
Assaults on his family and had his 2 children taken from him.
He was pretty angry about that, as a lot of parents say when we take their children.
Yeah.
But it was for a valid reason.
Nah, bitch. Because you put all the fucking kids in those fucking social welfare homes and they get sexually abused, you dumb bitch. You fucking stupid maggot. I hate those fucking places, bro. Filthy bitch. You stupid bitch. You put your own people in there, you're a Maori. You look like a Pacific Islander. You're a stupid bitch. Look at your you fucking stupid cow. I hate you.
Big changes are
I hate you. You need to bury yourself, bitch.
Team arrested a gang member for assault.
You're a fucking filthy, scummy bitch. You're that type of bitch. You put them in those fucking homes, bro.
His family and had.
Do you know why there's so many New Zealand gangs? Do you know why our gangs were formed? Our gangs were formed in those places where these kids go to. Check this out. New Zealand's fucking gang problem stems from the fact that back in the 70s and the 60s, my dad and that were getting put into these youth institutes. You know, state custody, where they take you off your parents. They get put into those fucking places with the government, and they were getting sexually abused, bro. And this is how my gang was founded, bro. This is how the fucking Black Power was founded. And they were getting sexually abused. And what happened was one night, 12 of them, shout out to Ray Harris, 12 of them, 12 of these kids all got together and they had this little meeting. And they said, yo, the next staff member that comes through that fucking door at night, it comes in these rooms, we're going to jump the fuck out of them. And that's exactly what happened, bro. Every single time a staff member came in that door and after midnight, bro, they just jumped them. And this is how the fucking gangs were formed. I hate I hate this bitch can suck my fucking dick.
Children taken from him.
You're a
He's
filthy
pretty angry
bitch.
about that, as a lot of parents say when we take their children.
You're a filthy bitch. You're a filthy bitch. You're a filthy bitch. What's this, bro? This is what happens when you let them take when you let them take you. Oh, you just can't understand that. My bad. That's the Māori one.
Māori victims of abuse and state care have shared horrific details of being brutally beaten as small children, tormented by caregivers and torn from their ancestral roots. They're giving it.
And you're telling me, and this bitch here is talking about fucking taking, that she did the right thing. You didn't do the right thing, you filthy bitch. You put the fucking kids in more danger, you dumb Megan. They were getting fucked in the ass and shit like that, you fucking weirdo bitch. I fucking hate this bitch. This bitch. You need to go into those places, see what the fuck happens to you, you dumb Megan. I hate this bitch. You're a fucking stupid bitch.
And we had a very...
it's for a valid reason. Yeah, then we're getting in again, putting here.
Evidence at a special hearing in Auckland as part of the ongoing Royal Commission inquiry into abuse and care. Māori Affairs reporter Te Aniwa Hurihanganui has more.
A pōwhiri from Auckland's Ngāti Whātua Orake. And it
break my fucking heart, bro. We don't want to hear that shit. Break my fucking heart, bro. Look, videos all about this shit, bro. New Zealand's Prime Minister apologizes to victims of abuse and state care. Like, come on, bro. Why survivors of abuse and state care say we need an independent inquiry? Like, bro, we've been going on about this shit. Here's one of our presidents right here.
One of our
presidents right here. Sorry, bro, I can't understand what he's saying.
I'm now in my 50s. I've grown up.
I know that I experienced a lot of that stuff with hundreds of other young boys in that space, you know, and they have either committed suicide, joined the gangs, joined the churches, or just bottled it all up and got on with life. So in order to reach those that are deemed unreachable, they need to see something from...
Now you understand, bro? That's why I'm fucking going off at this bitch here. Because this bitch here doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. You're a fucking piece of shit. That's what you are, bitch.
Tasha Penny's team arrested a gang member for assaults on his family and had his 2 children taken from him.
He was pretty angry about that.
Probably worse off now, I'm telling you.
When we take their children, but it was for a valid reason.
Fuck
and we had a very powerful moment last year when he agreed to come in.
This person needs a kick in the teeth. Because, you know, she's talking about one instance. She's probably taken thousands of kids or people and put them into those places. Thousands, bro. This is just one kid that she's talking about right now. She's probably done this 1,000 fucking times and put 1,000 kids in there. And so what? You might have saved one of them. What the fuck did you do to the rest? You fucking stupid bitch. You know, the worst thing is, these are white government people, bro. Doing that to native kids, to the native kids. Why are they not doing that to the white kids that go there? How come they're only doing this how come they only do this shit to the native kids, like the indigenous kids? How come they don't do that to the white kids that go there? Fuckers, eh? Fucking dirty, fucking, no disrespect, dirty white cunts, man. No disrespect, but they're dirty white cunts, man. Filthy white cunts, like, what the fuck, bro? How come white people are so weird like that? How come white people are playing with the kids? I don't see black niggas doing this shit. White people doing shit. Black people gangster. When you go to jail and you meet black people, they're in jail for gangster shit. When you go to jail and you meet white people, they're in jail for some weird shit, bro. No shit. You meet white people in jail, bro, they're not in jail they ain't in there for doing no drive-bys. They ain't in there for none of that shit. They ain't in there for gang banging. They're in there for weird shit, bro. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas, bro.
Talk to my team. And we do training, regular training, to make sure on all sorts of things. Legislation, we get the Crown.
Fuck up. Yeah, we done with this bitch. Reaction to Indonesian games? Alright, G. I told you I'd do. I told you I would. Do you want me to do that now? Like right now? Fuck out of here. What the fuck? You're dreaming, G. Like right now. I've been sitting here for an hour. I'm not doing that. Fuck out of here. Like what? Another hour? Fuck, you're dreaming, cuz. Fucking weirdo. Fuck. What a weird nigga. That's a bit weird, G. That's a bit weird, cuz. Like, come on, G. Sharpen up, my brother. Sharpen up, my bro. Anyway, this picture's over. Over for me. Let's get on. It's time to get on. Drug names on wax. I'ma put one for his cap. I'm dropping this game on these tracks. Yeah, we still racking up stacks. And it's too late, hit a click, click, adrenaline, trying to kick back. And to get back, give him a break, a little Kit Kat. Pull up and I spit this lead, nigga, that's my dispatch. Big boys making all that big noise. Coming from all these big toys. Got a bad bitch, she a decoy. They fell for it, now they destroyed. I don't give a fuck now, I never gave a fuck then. These streets are circus for the clowns, might as well go back to the pen. Therapy with my pad and my pen. In the art I could add them again. Dump on them and I take the win. Make sure that we dump on all of his men. Cause they all fake and they all pretend. So we out here, we taking hits. I don't give a fuck what he says, I pull the trigger. Nigga, now he dead. Ooh. Walk downs, run ups, talk now, shut up. Ball out, big stunner, make it rain in the summer. In the kitchen, whipping up that butter. Bitches down the blue brain, big nutter. Got a pole with no grip and grip with no glove. Romantic shorty, but don't love it. Ooh. He rude, but he cool. Scoring points with him too. She outside, he riding, gripping a pole. You boy sliding out with the crew. 233s, I'm 38. G and 3s, they purple great. You know me when I'm bang on my chest. I hang in the jungle with the fucking apes. I'm from gangland. Where that? That's where the gangs hang. We bang on gangs, that's how we gang bang. Them niggas that bang on the gram, sitting on the fence. Me and you chilling with the ops. We on the block, waiting on the drop. Middle ones, but then the block getting hot. Somebody getting shot, boy from gangland. Where that? That's where the gangs hang. We bang on gangs, that's how we gang bang. Them niggas that bang on the gram, sitting on the fence. Me and you chilling with the ops. We on the block, waiting on the drop. Middle winter, but then the block getting hot. They run, they duck, they dive, they hide. Let's run it back, they running track. Let's run up stacks outside. I'm puffing, drove creep slow with the window low, clapping off with that 9. And I warned y'all niggas not to stand on the block when the gang slides. Loaded, I grip it, I know I'ma hit him. Reload the pistol, I empty it in him. Thought it was kidding, saw the whip skidding. Before he could think he was no longer living. I'm eating cake, I'm chilling. Deeper stacks to the ceiling. Breeding hate cause I'm winning. All you fake motherfuckers, you don't catch it drilling. I don't wanna do life, but it's just me. Get slipping outside and just pray. Better get on your knees and just pray for when they feds. God knows he must pay. And I must say, that nigga like me gon' hit you where it hurts. He ain't fucking around with hood rock. Hood rock fun, he be going berserk in gangland. Where that? That's where the gangs hang. We bang on gangs until we gang bang. Them niggas that bang on the gram, sitting on the fence. Me and you chilling with the ops. We on the block waiting on the drop. Middle winter, but then the block getting hot. Somebody getting shot, boy. Fuck these beats up. Fuck these beats up. What's next? Where we going next? Where we going next, man? But I'm a chest gorilla, I drill on them. Even look at that sprinklers, I was just thinking double back dumping them one more time, nigga. Gotta get 30, yeah, got ill niggas, got some real niggas. Whole squad full of drill niggas. Ski mask with the coat steel. My squad Navy SEAL, nigga. Big rambles and sticks. In the playground like a school kid. You play around with your cool kid, getting ruthless when he shoot, bitch. I got 2 bricks, feeling too slippy. I'm flipping packs, getting too rich. You slippy, get 2 hit. I'm just too lit when I do shit. Got the bitch looking too thick. Hop out the whip like Cupid. You stupid, better move quick before I pull up on him with the pool sticky. You're rat, you clicking a mouse, you running your mouth from your house. It'll never come out, boy. So I guess I'm drilling on this mouth, hey. Yeah, boy. I'm not even a fucking rapper, or something. Y'all wanna hit? Huh? Fuck it. I do this shit properly, ain't no one stopping me playing a different game. This Monopoly, bomb some property, move my peeps out the hood. I come from the bottom, I'm sick of the woods. I gotta go get it, ain't no one ahead of me. By any means, I'll get the recipe. Always see guys, fuck what they telling me. Boy, so hard, nigga, I'm gonna let them see. Let them see me pivot, I'm racking up these digits. They don't wanna see me winning. From 17 in prison, see how I'm living. See how big the house that I live in. Send them out while the eyes are ceiling. Fuck making wishes, I'm out on a mission. I got me a feeling, I'm gonna miss a million days. Heard it was Disney, got wet. Now he's with the fishes, I'm winning this drilling. There's no competition, cause they too busy catching feelings. Fuck with the wishes, I got hella ambition. Trying to stack up a million, real recognize, real so realize. All the real niggas, they feel it. What's next? This is slow as shit. This is slow as fuck.
She said, fuck this beat.
Fuck it. It's slow as fuck, but we'll trust on it. See the ops, they be running like Hussein. With the gang, kicking like Luke Kang. Throwing up big dubs like Wu-Tang. Let the fins with the white and the blue flag. Gets too bad if you cross paths with the youngest of the ones in a blue mask. Big drums with the full max. Better move fast when the young is hungry and they will blast. Ride to the other side, boy. I'm all packed down in a black rag. All black down with the black mask. Big strap with the black mag. Like where the fuck are these pussy niggas? I gotta put in some work. These scary ass niggas ain't outside. These bitches don't be on a curve from a hood full of Crips and Blacks. Got love for the cuz, raise a fist to that. Shout out my young niggas and they fist me back. Fuck yeah, I be with the blacks. Fuck the other side, that's where I must be at. I pull up on my buster strap, tray luck, start clapping at the crowd. At the crowd, boy, I don't give a fuck who I'm busting at. I pull up, starting shit for no reason. Serving beef, I roll with no season. You might as well call me Steven. Everybody knows the scores are not even. You should've heard the pussy boy screaming. I laughed in his face when he pleaded. I guess that's why he be quitting and leaving. They only banging the weekend, fold deep. I'm gonna pull up at his home. He be chillin' with his bros. 4 gun blast out, 3, 2, 1. Watch all the pussy boys, they all hit the floor. Fuck them niggas, I'ma kick in his door. All my niggas gon' serve it to him raw. All my niggas be running the ball. That's why we be ducking the law. We be on the other side and spinning around and around their block like, where the fuck is all the outfit? They be inside, they be posted up. And they ain't outside, they ain't got no guns. They ain't gon' slide, they ain't gon' bust. Fuck that side, they ain't got no thugs. And that's why the streets don't show no love for a hood full of Crips and Blacks. I got love for the cuz with the fist to that. Shout out my young niggas and they fist me back. Fuck yeah, I'll be with the blacks. Fuck the other side, that's where the mutts be at. I pull up and I'm a busted strap. Try to look, start clapping at the crowd. At the crowd, boy, I don't know fuck who I'm busting at. Hey. Brah. None but the real when I write these songs. Didn't know right from wrong, gotta pipe this long. Gotta leave your whole side page gone. And the band's lurking up in your riot tone. Wonder why my music's so abusive. Listen, get a little ruthless. Use it to make you wanna do shit. Even more wondering, all clueless, looking all stupid. Know who it is, boy, ask about me. What you more turn track athlete? Running, jumping, ducking and diving. Which with his hands out when I pull through clapping. Got a bad bitch in my DMs. Said she and her friends at home. I go whip the bands in her hands, kick back, hit a blunt. Give a motherfucking brain bone, pull up in the block and I come through wild and busting shots, getting grimy, bitches crying, niggas dying, you run to the fish gang. Nigga, that's bad timing, niggas stop lying. Y'all niggas not violent, y'all niggas at the station signing. Me and my niggas, we at the station silent. You and your niggas, you on PC up a sign. Real niggas know it's plain to see. They not what they claim to be. Pussy boys ain't hood different wavelength. Ain't that where they train police? Got 2 for Nova, nigga, rest in peace to the soldier. Fuck closure, front closure. When the last time drop body right in the beach over. Yeah, I'm not even a rapper. I've never recorded a song in my life. Ever. Looking clean, all blacked out. Call me Mr. Money Man, I'm heading to the bank now. Beat it up, beat it down, I blow it back out. Bust it up when I'm done, I drop her a better man. Yeah, she from the hill, she want a thug. Bad bitch with the bubble butt. She led the way that I busted up before I bust a nut. We gotta get freaky like Halloween, and there ain't no cuddle ups. Ayy, gotta hit that twice so I can get that double up. She be bumping, grinding on top and she driving double clutch. She feeling Netherlands, guess what I call the bitch? Call her double Dutch. She got a bad, she down with a Jeep, but she got a man, so she got a creep. At the back door when he be asleep, I'm in the black Jeep waiting up the street. Hotel room, sweating in the sheets. Head up and scream, the hoe was a freak. She moving them hips, we fuck to the beat. She on her knees, give her something to eat. Wanna fuck, she don't wanna get involved. Pillow fight, she don't wanna pillow flow. She wanna fuck, so I give it a pole. You know how it is, you know how it go. Ayy, pull up in that foreign looking clean. Blacked out, call me Mr. Money Man, I'm heading to the bank now. Beat it up, beat it down, I blow it back out. Bust it up when I'm done, I drop her up at a man. Just pull up in the foreign looking clean, all blacked out. Call me Mr. Money Man, I'm heading to the bank now. Beat it up, beat it down, I blow it back out. Bust it up when I'm done, drop her up at a man. How she hit my line right on time. Beat her down the back streets, pull up in the ride in the fresh and fly. And the girl looks sassy, we just chill for a bit and we're getting high before shit gets nasty. She asked me to melt in her mouth after I fuck her in the backseat so gladly. I can't say no to that. Yeah, I got a pull for that. We riding the roller coaster round and round, up and down until it comes off track. She holding both her hands up, she want me to use them handcuffs. She gonna suck a nigga dick from the back while a nigga done stand up. You know what the fuck I'm saying. She wanna bang, she wanna play these games. I ain't give a fuck, I didn't even remember the bitch's name. I don't care cause I just hit it for a while. You know what up, I'ma hit it with style. This out is not gonna get wild. I don't give a fuck, I be hitting this shit like style. Yo, it's making this shit up now. What about him? Oh no. Oh, you want me to do some no. This nigga want me to do reactions. Hell no. You getting live freestyles right now, nigga. Stop playing. And I'm a gang member. Let's not do that. What's this? Alright. Listen with the A shit. Kicking the door, hood rocky in the house, giving him a reason to shout. He pleading for help. If he starts screaming and bleeding him out, pulling out teeth in his mouth. I've been in the south, from a north with a knife and fork, put a weed in my mouth. We score whenever we run the ball. That's what my team is about. They never be out the house, they be from a cloud. I'm laughing at him while I'm ranting, I'm laughing at him. He try stamping. Nigga, check him, let's grab my weapon. I bet he ain't tough right now. He the one that test luck right now. He gotta survive somehow. He can only give a dog right now, cause I don't give a fuck right now. After dark, I'm outside. I'll be lurking in that Mercedes. Where they've been lately, maybe they've been inside, they faking it safely. Some lay in the dirt, and them niggas living with the worms. Guess they should've stayed in church. Pray to the Lord, nigga, lift that curse. Like how many years I put in work. Always there to do it first. Got more stripes than Wally's shirt, but they gon' learn, that's why I let it burst. Hey, I bet it hurts. Crib check, whip check, bitch check, ice check. I flex on my neck, my ears and my wrist match. Pull up on myself, pull up with the gang, cause I'm hungry as fuck. I got at the thought, you know where them niggas at. She the one set them up and I'm riding shotgun in the black Benz with the tents and I'm ready to bust. Hood rock boy, I don't give a fuck. I come fresh out the mud. 5-0, I don't talk with him. Friend of an up, never walk with him. I catch him outside in the dark, that sparky press. I guess I only got chalk for him. Nigga, what the fuck was he thinking, boy? White boy looking like Beastie Boys. Only outside in the weekend, boy. Pull up on your block, sleeping, boy. Slinging toys, got a chinging noise. Demon boys have been leaking sauce. Deep in thought as I creep and crawl. Blue and green flags on team deploy. Mad never see I roll deep. My niggas pack out the whole town. Ain't nobody stand down. Whole gang gonna bang. Watch them all as it back out. For real, I pull up on myself, I pull up with the gang, cause I come from fuck. Get at the thought, you know where them niggas at. She the one set them up and I'm riding shotgun in the black Benz with the tents and I'm ready to bust. Hood rock boy, I don't give a fuck. I come fresh out the mud. You know where the fuck I've been, under lock and key. I done 17 in the pen. And I lock my niggas in the bands. Fuck us on swole, got break, got hit for a bitch. Full of spit through a red 5-0 up ahead, took left, what next? No rest, head west, back to the end, flip a couple packs. I gotta make bank. Them niggas, put them in the trunk. You know, whole gang full of thugs. Other side was singing about love, sounding like them niggas need a hug. Yo, fuck the other side, I ain't talking it out. Real talk, there's nothing to be talking about. Big stick on my leg, stiff walking it out. They talk that niggas only talking for clout. Pull up on myself, pull up with the gang. Get at the thought, you know where them niggas at. Riding shotgun in the black Benz with the tents. Nigga, you know who the fuck this is. Fist gang, we up in this bitch. What you know about the whole song, nigga? What you know about the whole song, nigga? Oh, what, you want another whole song? Did you say there wasn't enough? I've never recorded a song in my life. Ever. Never. I've never heard myself recorded and played back. But I'll drop whole songs for you, if you need me to. You can get some real shit from a real gangbanger from the real hood. Let's get it. Yo, chicken. White green teens and white green laces might catch me in a dark green Ranger, stacking red and purple green faces while they see me doing dirt on the pavement. Hurt on the pavement, see me hold it down for the work on the pavement. Flip bricks, get big quick trying to make it. I get rich on this pavement, you get hit if you miss payments. 17 deep, I never said shit. None of my niggas sign statements, leave 'em with a facelift, that's the basis. And another wavelength for my lane with the fake shit. Rock on demon shit. Demon high blaze, nothing but the greenest shit. Them niggas blow, they don't sleep and shit. They don't wanna see me up in their dreams and shit. Free up the gang, free up the real ones, free up our man. You know the deal, son, we got the plan. Stacking up a mill and a snap rubber band. Fly to Brazil, off to Japan, back over the hill. Big strap in his hands, packs for the youngins. Chop it up, wear it up, bag it up. Go shop in Milan, we drilling them, killing them, knowing I'm feeling them. They capping they raps, popping pills, all silly cause they all pussy. They capping they cat in the hat. We drilling them, killing them, not feeling them. They capping they raps, they popping pills, all silly cause they all pussy niggas. Yo, I hit your block swerving, hopefully hit a couple of these vermin, spit slugs in person. Then I drill them in verses lurking, trying to catch me to surfing verses like curses from Merlin. Got your head twisted, turning bars like a homicide, and the beat is a murder scene. Send them off to get surgery, nearly another murder in the first degree. Younger get caught ain't heard of me, learned that shit before the birds and bees. I hit them up for courtesy. You can learn from me, you play fire, you can burn for free. Affiliated since nursery, so since birth, my G, hood rocky on a murder beat. Damn. Free up the gang, you know what up and you know what I'm saying. Fist gang up in this bitch, you know what up and we all over the fucking land. I ain't got fuckers, you know we gon' bang. I ain't got fuck, you know what we hang. Pull up and let it go, you know what the fuck's up, you know what the program. That's fine. That was dope.